Thank you for those opening comments. Senator Brown.
So, thank you, Mr Benwell. You'd support this process if, in fact, the bill was advocating a referendum on
that is the prescribed process.
And you would support, and your Australian Monarchist League supports a further referendum on whether or not we should become a republic?
If that is the wish of the Parliament, to put a referendum to the people, that is the way to change the Constitution. And
can you just elaborate a little bit more on how a plebiscite would give an undue weight to a voter in Sydney and Melbourne compared to a voter in Dubbo?
Because, Senator, a 50% plus one nationwide majority disregards the interest of the smaller states in a federation. The referendum process is a process counted duly. The nationwide vote plus a majority of votes in a majority of states. That is to ensure that the smaller states are not swamped by the more populous states.
So you don't agree with the process that was used to find a national song back in the 1970s?
Well, the process of using a national song is totally different from what is being proposed, because you are proposing to hold a plebiscite to ask people to change the very essence of our Constitution, because I believe without the Crown we have no Constitution.
No, but a plebiscite doesn't change the Constitution.
No, but you're asking people to vote on whether they want to keep our current Constitution or change to a republic.
And then
that's a vote of no confidence in our Constitution.
Well, that's an opinion. But
no, but it is. It is. It's a vote of no confidence, Senator.
It does not change the Constitution, does it?
It does not change. It cannot change the Constitution. That's why we have the referendum process. But to ask people, do you want to keep our current Constitution? And if people say, oh, may as well not, we may as well change, that is a vote of no confidence. It's the same if a plebiscite were held, do you want to keep the Senate? Does the Senate serve any useful purpose? I expect the majority of people would say no. Does that mean the Senate should no longer exist? It's a vote of no confidence in the Senate.
Following your logic, do you think that opinion polls on the Republic should be prohibited?
No, opinion polls are opinion polls, and in many ways they're meaningless. No serious opinion poll on the issue of a republic has been held since May 2008, when the Morgan poll found only 45% of Australians supported a republic. And there's been no serious poll since then. Every Australia Day there used to be a poll. That's all stopped because the tide has turned.
And what evidence do you have for that?
That no serious opinion polls been held? Well,
because
can you tell me what poll has been held?
No, you asserted twice now that this is because the tide has turned. Presumably a majority of Australians are now monarchist. What evidence do you have?
Well, the latest Morgan poll, May 2008, to quote, in early May, 45%, down 6% since February 2005, believe Australia should become a republic with an elected president. That was the last serious poll. There have been TV polls and casual newspaper polls, but no serious poll.
But you went on to assert that this is because of changing public opinion. No poll, further serious, as you term it, poll had been held. What evidence do you have of that, Mr.
Well,
Benwell?
of course I have no evidence, but the fact is that no serious poll has been held since the Morgan poll of May 2008, whereas previously, when polls showed a 50% plus one sort of majority, there were polls being held all the time.
So your feeling is that Morgan poll and presumably News poll and Nielsen poll are not polling on this issue because there is now a majority in favour of retaining the monarchy?
I believe, and of course this is my personal opinion, that these polls and the media itself feels that the tide has turned somewhat, that interest in a republic is no longer there, that a greater number of people are satisfied with our current arrangements. We know that a lot of younger people are more supportive. Our own membership now comprises a huge number of younger people. It's a changing tide, and of course in this current day, people are more concerned with economic issues, they're more concerned with day-to-day issues, they're not concerned with issues of constitutional change. In all the major polls, when they've polled various issues, a republic has never been within the top 10%. Even in 1999, it was not in the top 10% when there were many issues that were asked of people.
And was the monarchy in the top 10%?
Well, the monarchy has never been in question.
Okay.
We're talking about a republic.
And finally, what is, how many members do you have, Mr. Benwell?
We have a support base of over 40,000 and an active membership base of close on 3,000.
Thank you.
Senator Bernard.